Welcome back to the Teacher Biz Podcast. In today's episode, we're going to talk about what a Teacher Biz can do for you, what it can make possible for your life, and just really all of the life-changing effects that come from having a sustainable online business. So this episode really invites you to daydream with me a little bit, but just know that these daydreams are so planted in reality because it's based on my experience and the experience that I've seen from other people. And it was 100% possible to make all of these things come to life in real life because I know for sure that if I can do this, you can do this too. And we're not talking total pie in the sky daydreams here. I am not a billionaire or a millionaire. I don't have a yacht. I don't have a mansion. I don't drive a $100,000 car. Um, I'm a normal person. I live in a normal house. I drive a normal car, and I am able to be here for my family and have some flexibility. And that is the thing that I think is so worth having. A little extra income might be exciting to you. And I think especially as teachers, because there is such a cap on our income when we enter that career path, I think just knowing that there's more possible for you beyond that is a great feeling, so that you could do things like take your family on vacation and not have it be a stress point for you because of your limited income. And just know that I'm assuming you're like me and wanting to add a little bit extra to your normal life and just to remove all of the stress that probably comes around money comparatively to a high paying career in your area. It's just low, like the maximum amount that you could ever make in this career that requires you to have a master's degree and devote your life to the work that you're doing. It just maxes out at a relatively low number. My point is that that bottom number on the pay scale for your district does not need to be the maximum amount of money that you could ever make in your life, like I thought that it would be for me. There's so much more available to you beyond that, and that's what I want to open your eyes to. So, having a teacher biz, which is an online business where you sell your own products on your own platform instead of one of those third-party places that we've talked a lot about here, what does it make possible for your life? Well, first of all, it brings you an extra stream of income. And if you're doing it the right way, if you're doing it in the way that I recommend, then the extra stream of income that it brings you is pretty stable. It's coming to you consistently. You can depend on it. And it will be smaller in the beginning. Maybe in the beginning, you're making an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. But what could $500 or $1,000 a month change in your life if you knew that it was coming to you consistently? That is just mind-blowing in and of itself. So it can bring you this extra stream of income, hopefully consistently. And over time, that stream of income should grow as your business grows. So it can go from being $500 extra a month to $5,000 extra a month. And at that point, maybe you consider whether this is truly an extra stream of income or if you want this to replace your teacher income as it has done for me. So time freedom is the next benefit of having your own online business. So you're working from a computer, could be a laptop, you could bring it everywhere. For me, time freedom means that I can work when it benefits my family for me to be working, and I can be there for my kids when they need me, and I could always be there in the morning when they wake up and bring them to school drop off and pick them up from school. And if there's a day where I need to pick them up early because they're sick or hurt or something like that, then I could change my work schedule around and I can go get them. And it is never a question. So for the summer, I'm taking my foot off the gas and I'm giving myself the time freedom. I'm going on day trips with my family. We're planning adventures. We're spending a lot of time at the park and the aquarium and the splash pad and just doing a lot of fun things. And that is a huge benefit of having my own business because I can take my kids on these adventures, and there are still sales coming in to my business while I'm not at home, while I'm out and about with the kids. That is probably the number one thing that I want for you, is to be able to be making money when you're not necessarily working. So that's a huge one. And along with that comes with location freedom, because as I said, you can choose where you work. And that doesn't need to be laptop on the beach, vacation all the time lifestyle. It could just mean that you have a trip that you want to go on with your family, and you don't want to necessarily take a whole week off that week. So you can bring your laptop with you and get a little bit of work done. And it doesn't need to be a ton. You also could just have the freedom to move to a new town or a new place and set up a life there, because you're not tied to a specific location. Also, if you have children like I do, you can choose not to use outside childcare and be home with them while they're little and home, like I have, and still bring in the extra income working from home. I think this is a huge one. I think there's absolutely nothing in the world wrong with putting your child in childcare. If that's the right choice for you, that is perfectly fine. And I support that 100%. For my family, I knew that I wanted to be home with my son from around the time that I was pregnant. And that's the thing that got my wheels turning about why I wanted to start an online business in the first place. And then this is a story for another day. I will make a whole nother podcast episode about this, but the first online business I started wasn't super profitable. And it resulted in us really living frugally for the first 2 years of my son's life. Versus when my daughter came around is when I started my kindergarten ready business that was actually making money. And it was such a good feeling to be able to be home with them and still bringing in an income to support my family. So that's a possibility for you if you're in that stage of life and that's something that you're thinking about. Starting your own online business means that there are super low overhead costs because your customers can print your products on their end. There's no printing and shipping for you, versus a brick and mortar physical business where you have to pay rent and you have to upkeep a building and you have to actually stock your shelves with inventory, or there's just so much more investment expenses that go into a physical business, versus our online business is pretty low key. There's not a ton to put in upfront. There's a few small investments, but you're starting a business. I think you could for sure start your own online business for less than $1,000, and probably far less than that, depending on the choices that you make. Also, when you have your own online business, you're in charge. You are literally your own boss, and you get to decide what you work on each day. Now, of course, that is not always a sunshine and roses type of a thing. If you're someone who needs accountability, you'll have to find that in this realm beyond yourself so that you have some sort of motivation to actually get the work done. Which is a great thing about being in my community or a part of any of my Teacher Biz programs, because, oh my goodness, do I bring you that accountability. I am all about getting the work done. My philosophy is really just getting the work done in a quality way as fast as possible so that you can move on to the next thing and actually go live your life without spending so much time working. And I have so many systems for making that possible. We'll talk more about that soon. You get to be your own boss. So you get to decide what days of the week you want to work. You can revolve your work around your real life schedule. And that's kind of a beautiful thing. Whenever I'm working too hard in my business, my husband always says to me that I need to have a talk with my boss because they're being too hard on me. So that is also something to keep in mind. You, as an online business owner with your own Teacher Biz, get to become a part of an amazing community of online business owners. I've talked about this a little bit, but really, it's not a competition kind of thing out here in the online business world. Here and there, you'll find one or two people that just don't get it. But by and large, we are supporting each other. And it is much more like being coworkers than competitors. It's a really great community to be a part of. You'll get to watch your new business that you've built grow over time. It's almost like watching a child grow up. It's a really beautiful thing. Kindergarten Ready started with one product on one sales page, and now it is this mammoth sized business with so many products and so many customers and just a lot going on that I've built like mostly completely by myself. And it's just grown into this tremendous thing that has helped so many people, which brings me to my last and favorite point, I think. When you have your own online teacher biz, your education products can help so many other people, real humans, teachers, and families that need the resources that you're bringing to the world. My most favorite thing in my business, above all of the extra income that I'm bringing in, which is such a beautiful thing, not ever anything to be ashamed about or any of that. We want to make money here. Absolutely. This is a business. But my most favorite thing is reading the words of my customers who have literally said that my products have changed their life. When I read from a mom that she didn't know how to teach her children and that my products have simplified everything for her and built her up to be successful, and now she has confidence when she helps her child learn, it's just the most beautiful thing. And I'm so lucky. It's so special to me to be able to bring that to so many families, to teachers, to real people who need my products. So I know that you can do the exact same thing and have that huge impact. And I'm just really excited to see what you bring into the world. Okay, I could probably talk about this all day. There is a lot more that a teacher biz will make possible in your life, but those are the heavy hitters. Those are the big ones. And I just want you to take a few minutes now when you turn this episode off and daydream about what you think a teacher biz will make possible in your life. What would change if you didn't have to stress about money? What would your life look like if you had the ability to work when you wanted, where you wanted, and you weren't accountable to a boss? You got to be your own boss. What if you really could have an income and an impact beyond the classroom? I know that this is possible for you, and I can't wait to see what you're thinking of. If you're ready to get started, go ahead and grab the free starter guide that I've made for you at teacherbiz.com/start. That guide includes so many things, along with a list of the things that a teacher biz makes possible in your life. There's a page on that included. But it will also give you your first 3 solid steps for getting started. I can't wait to see what you do in your own teacher biz. And as always, I am in your corner cheering for you. Until next time.